home for outdoors and Western lifestyle news, The Ben Show. I am your host, Rebecca Wanner, a.k.a. Beck. And as always, we love hearing from all of you, your comments, stories, ideas. Get a hold of us anytime. Call or text 305-900-2363. Again, that's 305-900-2363. Or you can always drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. Ride along, as always, is my producer and co-host, Jeff Tigger Erhardt. All right, what's the latest that's been happening on our outfit? Fall cleanup is underway. And thanks to that, we had a little visitor the other day that pretty much gave me a heart attack.
How you doing? You still getting your thumper to slow down a little bit, your ticker?
Okay, so all it was a water snake. In my mind, it was a 2-foot water snake, but in all reality, it was probably maybe 12 inches, if that. But did that little bugger scare the bejeebies out of me? I'm going to tell you that much.
But so in case anybody is just tuned in, you have I'm going to say it's actually an epic phobia of snakes. You and millions and millions and millions of other people, that it's almost paralyzing.
It is for me. I am somebody who can watch, a snake on TV even, and I will have nightmares that night about snakes.
You hate that.
So when I spot a snake, Tigger knows immediately because I start speaking in tongues, as he says. I start pretty much screaming like the same word over and over again.
And that we can't say on radio. It's what Samuel L. Jackson says about the snakes on the plane, and we can't say it.
Yeah, pretty much. I turned very unladylike real quick, okay? And so this little bugger, what had happened is we had a massive, beautiful grove of sunflowers in the front of our cabin this summer. We had pulled them all out because of our busy schedules. We said, you know what, let's just start pulling this stuff out. But we had it in a big pile in front of the cabin to dry out before we burn them. And anyway, this little bugger decided to make a home in there. And all I could say is Tigger heard me yelling, grab the hoe, kill it. And after moving around, it had slithered back into all of the leaves and everything. Ended up spotting the bugger. And every time I'd spot him, I pretty much would have a panic attack and couldn't breathe. And Tigger's trying to say, like, it's okay, Beck. I've got a shovel. You've got a shovel now. Breathe. Well, when he finally did show up and Tigger got the end of the the end of the shovel on him, all I could say is I think the entire, a mile away could hear me yelling, die.
So here's my question. Everybody jokes when it comes to snakes. It's either that, oh, come on, they don't bother me at all, or it's almost the other direction, like you, which is a legitimate, it's not even funny. It is a very, very serious phobia because let's just be honest, you were teared up, everything, and hyperventilating. So yes, I was very proud of you because I had the snake pinned and you were going crazy. And I was just like, honey, it's okay. I got him. It's okay. And I was saying it just in that voice. So now, after you went and you decapitated said reptile.
Not to get graphic or anything.
So my question is, and that's what I was trying to encourage you. I said, do you feel a little bit better? Do you feel like you have taken a step in, I don't want to say conquering that fear, but taking a little step? Or are you like,
no.
Okay.
No, because all I had were
it.
flashbacks of I grew up on the ranch there. We had a lot of bull snakes, and I had flashbacks having to kill big 5-foot bull snakes. So no, it did not help having a little water snake in the front yard. That did not help my phobia whatsoever.
We've talked about snakes in the past, and remember that I told you about how when I lived in Oklahoma and we went to the snake hunt. And we would go into what was called the Den of Death. And that was just a big plexiglass enclosure that just had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rattlesnakes. And I told you that I could see they were in there. And I am no lover of snakes either. But then all of a sudden, before I knew it, I am right up there and I'm really curious. And that really helped me get past some of the beginning steps you're just looking at me saying, I really don't care about your Den of Death or rattlesnakes at all. So I'll just forget the story.
No, I'm shaking my head going, no. I mean, you can ask any of my nephews. I've taken them to some pretty incredible zoos like the Denver Zoo, and they have unbelievable exhibits of snakes, and they're behind glass, and there's no way they can get to you. And I've literally had my one nephew, Hank, walk through ahead of me with my eyes closed, leading me through the snake exhibit just because I would start like shaking and heart racing.
No, you like literally, I thought you were going to pass out.
Well, I got dizzy.
You got very, very dizzy. You were hyperventilating. I was getting a little bit nervous, and I'm like, okay, you need to go sit down or you're going to pass out and fall on all those rocks that you were standing on.
So everyone's probably wondering, how in the world do I do hiking? Because I love hiking and I'm planning another adventure to Arizona here in the coming weeks. Well, let's just put it this way. There's a reason why there are hiking poles, okay? I'm constantly swishing in front of me wherever I'm walking. But talking about snakes, I figured this is a great friendly reminder, especially for parents and pet owners, to watch your step and look before you reach, because copperhead season is here from now through early October, depending on where you live. It's baby copperhead season, in fact.
Oh, little baby copperhead.
I'm just getting the willies right now. So these little snakes are born venomous, in case you did not know that, and they're ready to defend themselves. A single mama snake can give birth to 8 to 10 babies. Did you know that, Tigger?
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh. So
Continue.
I'm just telling you that. Just think about that. If you see one, there are chances there are more of them nearby. All right, keep an eye out there.
Stay
of course.
focused, babe. You can get through this.
Yes. So keep an eye out for the copperheads, which are greenish and yellowtail tips. They keep those for about a year, just so you know. Copperheads aren't typically aggressive by nature, but they will bite if stepped on or touched by accident. So be cautious around your flower pots, under bushes, and nearby rocks. And for those of you that are more familiar with the prairie rattlers or say the western diamondbacks, you should keep your eyes out as well, because during fall, as the temperatures begin to drop, rattlesnakes become more active during the daytime. Again, they're preparing for winter.
Tis the season. They're just trying to get some meals back. You don't have to be a hater of snakes.
I think we need to change topics, if you ask me.
Why don't you just throw the break, because you're kind of even shaking over there with your pen. And you've got the computer pulled up and it's pictures of snakes, so you're going to be freaking out. You've got 2 minutes. We'll come back and we'll talk about something else. How about that?
I like that. I have a controversial topic we're going to be talking about. You're going to want to hear this story. So stay where you are. We'll be back right after this. Get ready for this, an unforgettable experience at Cattlemen's Week 2025 annual pheasant hunt hosted by Jorgensen Land and Cattle. November 20th through the 23rd at the Lazy J Grand Lodge in Ideal, South Dakota. Enjoy world-class pheasant hunting while building connections and sharing insights with fellow cattlemen, women, and industry professionals. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or brand new to the sport, there's something for everyone. Register online at ranchchannel.com or jorgensenfarms.com. Mark your calendars for Cattlemen's Week 2025. Camaraderie, conversation, and pheasant hunting at its finest. You've waited, dreamt of a hunting adventure, and now have harvested that trophy of a lifetime. Keep the memory alive with a custom-designed mount, preserved as a work of art. Check out our approved taxidermist depending on your location. The award-winning Schneider Taxidermy is located in Helena, Montana. When hunting the Dakotas, JB's Wildlife Designs in Mandan, North Dakota, then Shadwin Creek Taxidermy in Nebraska, and for the Central USA, Little Rack Taxidermy in Macomb, Illinois. Reach out to The Ben Show and let us help you find the right taxidermist.
Is there that particular pair of boots or that shirt or pair of jeans that you just can't find anywhere else? Check out Medora Boot and Western Wear. Medora Boot and Western Wear is the go-to for boots, jeans, especially jackets, and even those hard-to-find accessories that make perfect gifts. Check out medoraboot.com, or better yet, give Kim a call at 701-623-1005 and tell Kim that Tigger and Beck sent you. For the latest in Western and outdoor practical and fashionable wear, there is only one, Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Welcome back to The Ben Show. Now, this next story I'm about to share with you, I'm going to go through the details really slow because there's lots of details. And I have a feeling that some of you are going to get fired up. According to OutdoorLife.com, a Georgia teen is facing a felony charge for what many thought was a simple spring turkey hunt gone right, But the wild turkey he tagged after church Sunday in late April on his family's 11-acre property may have actually belonged to a neighbor who also happened to now be his former teacher. The two properties are separated by a 70-acre horse farm. After the teen, then 16, shared photos online of his first turkey hunt, a moment of pride for any young hunter, his now former teacher claims the bird was actually her pet. Days later, the teen found himself charged with aggravated cruelty to animals, a felony. Now, here's a few more deeper details. The hunt took place on April 28th of 2025, and by all accounts, the bird was on his family's land. On April 30th, a Georgia DNR game warden visited the property following a complaint made by said neighbor, now former teacher, where the parents allowed a search which found one shotgun shell case, feathers at the location of harvest, confirmed it was a legal hunting ground, and found no signs of baiting or violations, in which the DNR concluded it would not file any charges as the turkey in question is not protected. However, this DNR agent did advise the parents that other charges could be brought through the sheriff's office or civilly. The parents stand behind their son's claim to have had no idea the turkey might have been domestic or belonged to anyone. After harvesting the turkey, the teen brought it to a taxidermist and went about his day. The complaint by the teacher is that the teen knowingly killed the turkey she claimed was her pet, then bragged about it online and at school. Statements given by the accuser during her in-school testimony June 4th tribunal hearing, according to her testimony, there were no identifying markers on the bird, such as a band on its leg to indicate it was a pet. The parents don't dispute that their son harvested a turkey on their property, but they say he did not know it belonged to anyone when he shot it. But the fallout has been anything but normal. Felony charges were brought up against the teen, resulting in his suspension from school. He had to move out of state to live with relatives and is now waiting for his day in juvenile court. A plea deal was offered if he admitted guilt and paid a $150 fine for the turkey, but his family says he didn't knowingly do anything wrong and they stood by him. The case has sparked debate in the small town of Waverly Hall, Georgia, and drawn national attention from hunters and supporters who say the situation has gone too far. With a court date now set for later this fall, the young hunter remains in limbo. His first turkey, once a rite of passage, now at the center of a high-stakes legal battle. We'll keep you updated on this story as it unfolds. For now, many are left asking, was this a crime or just a kid's first hunt caught up in a neighborly dispute? And quick to clarify before Tigger jumps in here, in Georgia, they hunt for a wild eastern turkey. The turkey harvested was found to be a domestic Narragansett turkey. Difference in appearance, if you're wondering. A Narragansett turkey, they're a domestic breed. They have a mixed feather coloration, black, gray, tan, and white, which gives an almost bronze-like look and a bit more white and lighter coloring compared to an eastern wild turkey.
So is this the part where I jump in?
It is. I want to know what your thoughts are on this, Tigger, because put yourself back to being 16 years old. This is your first time harvesting a turkey. You get home from church on a Sunday with your family. You look out and usually say the back 40, but this was an 11-acre property.
The back 11 in this
But
case.
you look out and you see a Tom proudly with his feathers fanned out. If you wouldn't have gotten excited.
Well, I read this article from front to back, and you're going to have the link, right?
I am.
Online?
This article was published first by OutdoorLife.com, and I'll have the entire article there on our website, thebendshow.com.
I think this whole thing has just gone way too far. That's my official take on it. It has gone way too far. I get it if there was a pet, but this whole thing has gone way too far of felony charges. And the kid obviously got suspended because if there's felony charges, he can't be in school.
Exactly.
So got suspended, have to move away. And I think the whole thing has gotten so out of hand. But that's just my opinion, where there could have been some monetary compensation of, I'm sorry that I did that. I get it. If it's a pet, you can't bring them back. But when you said that the judge wanted to dismiss the case, if the kid would have pled guilty and gave $150 the judge would have said, okay, it's tossed out. So I understand the parents saying, no, this is a matter of principle, but come on. I mean, so say you pay her $500 and let's just call it, and then maybe we're not neighborly anymore. I get it. There's hard feelings, but I think it went too far.
I agree with you, Tigger. This has gone on way too far. And just to clarify, by the way, it was the DA that made a plea deal offering that if the teen admitted guilt and paid $150 for the turkey, this would all go away. But again, I can't blame the family for standing up and saying he hasn't done anything wrong, because according to the article, again, like I said, head to thebenshow.com to read it. There have been no prior issues, offenses, nothing.
So did it say, were they getting along as neighbors? Did it? Yeah, it did. It made reference to that, didn't it? In the article.
It
that
did.
They got along, even there's a property in between the two opposed properties that they got along for the most part.
Yes, it does.
And he wasn't a troublesome kid in school.
Correct. It does actually. Just the day before, apparently it had been the school's prom. And this young teen, that morning, he had even texted that neighbor, because she has a fishing pond and he frequently goes fishing in it, and had said, hey, can I come over and go fishing before I go to my school's dance? In which she had said, yes, go ahead, and told him exactly where to park his vehicle. So it had been very friendly up until this happened.
According to the article.
According to the article.
So there could be obviously more details, and there is obviously more details that we don't know. But at the end of the day, I think this deal has just gone way, 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 way too far.
If nothing else, as we are now into hunting season, this is just something, again, to have in the back of our minds, the importance of knowing what we are hunting and chasing after.
And make darn sure your pets are locked up and identified. That's the other one, maybe. Making darn sure that some of these pets are identified. I'm just throwing that. I had to get my 2 cents in, babe.
Again, if you've got thoughts on this, we'd love to hear them. You can call or text us anytime at 305-900-2363 or email benradioshow@gmail.com. We're going to take a short break. We got more of The Ben Show right after this.
The hunt, the stories, the memories. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs. Let me capture and preserve that hunt, that story, that memory with a trophy mount to last you a lifetime. Look us up on Facebook at JB's Wildlife Designs to see samples of our taxidermy, and reach out at any time with any and all questions you may have. This is Jake Fenrick with JB's Wildlife Designs, wishing you and yours a safe and successful hunting season.
Hey guys and gals, this is John Arman with Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV travels the back roads to the backwaters in pursuit of the ultimate adventure in hunting and fishing. Join Team UOA every week for exciting action in the crosshairs of the outdoors. Catch Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV on YouTube, Amazon Prime, and make sure to follow Team UOA on Facebook and Instagram to share in the ultimate outdoor adventure.
It's super easy to get a hold of Beck, and we want to hear any story that you may have or just what's happening around your bend. 305-900-2363. That's the hotline. Leave a message. Send a text. 305-900-2363.
Welcome back to The Ben Show. Florida's black bear hunt is back for the first time in a decade following a unanimous vote by state wildlife commissioners. The 5-0 decision sets a 23-day regulated hunting season this December with strict rules and limited permits in place. Supporters say this move is a smart step forward in managing Florida's growing black bear population, which has bounced back significantly since the last hunt in 2015. State biologists confirm the population is healthy, and the increase in human bear encounters, including Florida's first fatal black bear attack this past May, is cause for concern. Despite fierce opposition from anti-hunting groups, the commission is sticking to science. A lawsuit filed just hours before the vote, along with organized protests, aimed to block the decision, but the data supports a hunt. The final decision isn't just about hunting traditions, it's about conservation. Controlled, science-based hunting helps maintain balance in ecosystem, reduces human-wildlife conflict, and encourages respect for wildlife animals and their habitats. The new season will run from December 6th to December 28th of 2025, with 187 permits available via lottery. Each hunter will be allowed to take one black bear, and harvest caps will apply across 4 management zones.
You said 187 is what they're giving out. I would like to know how many are going to apply for this.
I'll have to check into that.
That would be super cool to get drawn, but kudos to Florida.
Changing gears. Get this. There is a return of a legend when we talk about clothing and fashion. And that would be, get this, again, I'm saying the words twice. I'm sorry, Tigger. Justin Boots is bringing back the heat, or we should say the heel, with the return of the iconic Roper boot.
About time.
And the lace-up Roper.
The lace-ups are coming back?
I said, no, don't let those come back.
How many pairs of lace-ups did you have?
I had 1 pair. Do I
yeah.
want to know how many you had, Tigger?
Yeah, me too. I only had 1 pair.
We could totally get into a discussion of how many pairs of boots you own.
We just aged ourselves, but yes, I had multiple pairs of lace-up Ropers in obvious fun colors.
I had 1 pair. They were a tan, like a deer hide. They felt like doe skin, like when you get those wonderful gloves made. Anyway, I had 1 pair of those, and
Santa Claus might bring you another pair back. Just be careful.
I burned the last pair. We'll put it that way. Anyway, yes, they were first crafted by the legendary John Justin Jr. The Roper changed the cowboy game with its low profile, comfy heel, and rodeo-ready grip. Born in the arena, loved on the ranch, and now reborn for the modern cowboy and cowgirl is what they're saying. And they're telling us these aren't your granddad's boots. Well, actually, they kind of are, if you ask me, but now with
Easy.
upgraded comfort, fresh color options, and all the authentic leather you can stomp in. Ladies, you've got 5 sharp styles to pick from. Fellas, there's sleek black and bold brown waiting just for you. And Justin Boots is tipping its hat to tradition while stepping boldly into the future. So whether you're roping calves or just kicking up the dust, the Roper is back.
But in my opinion, it never really went away, though. Because of all the other boots, they maybe have just a little taller heel in the back, but they never really went away. It's a taller heel versus a riding heel.
I haven't seen a lace-up Roper in years.
But no, I'm saying just boots.
Oh, yes, I agree.
The lace-ups, no. I mean, I haven't seen those unless you go into a pawn shop or you go on eBay or something.
Well, get this. Along with these other Western trends, denim on denim is hot right now. Although
Thank you. Hold on now. Thank you very much. I am a denim man. I obviously, with my jeans, I like my denim shirts and I like my denim jackets. So thank you very much for somebody understanding denim never left.
Why is it I feel like these topics have really all of a sudden fluffed your feathers there,
I'm
Tigger?
just saying. I mean, you always tell me I got to get a different shirt, but I like that shirt. And
Okay,
I just want 5
here's
of them.
another trend that is back. Fringe. Follow Miranda Lambert or Lainey Wilson or
dumb.
generational icon Reba McEntire. Fringe has been a staple over the decades. Front and
Dumb.
center this year, by the way. On the men's side, how many are loving seeing the retro shirts, the pearl buttons? Those pieces that were your dad's, maybe even your own back in the day, time to dust them off.
Well, the brush poppers, they say, are going to be coming back.
Our-
Those of you listening, you'll remember those. They were like canvas.
Our nephew Blue grabbed every one of them that you had.
Everyone that I had hanging in my closet for how many years? And
Here's the other trend that is rising in popularity, and that is the rough out look on cowboy boots. What are your thoughts? Personally, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a fan. To me, rough out belongs to the gear, specifically saddles, or, maybe a stretch would be jackets.
Okay, I agree with you. I love rough out gear. I don't think rough out on. Well, no, I've got a pair of rough.
I'm throwing you under the bus, Tigger.
My riding boots are rough out. Those ones that have they're stovepipes. They're like 16-inch tops.
Yeah.
Those are rough out. I have no problem with those.
Not a fan. I never told you
You were
to your
never
face.
a fan of those? I
I'm
thought it was because
sorry.
you didn't like them because they had their 16-inch tops or, something ridiculous like that. They're real punchy and they're yellow.
Oh, I love the punchy tops. You know me. I wear men's punchy boots all the time. But yeah, not the rough out. Pass.
Okay, so how about pass or prize on this one? Neon. That's making a comeback as well. Don't worry, I'm not going to have neon green and neon pink or anything like that again.
I'm laughing because deep down, I know you want to have the neon because you're that kind of guy. Let's let everybody know. Back in the day, your bull riding chaps were...
Purple, neon pink, and fluorescent yellow.
Yes, and our nephew, who is a senior this year, is using them as saddle bronc
And
chaps.
he is now sporting my colors.
Proudly. But I will say I have noticed in the arena, rough stock wise, the guys their chaps are getting louder.
They are, and they used to be really muted just a few years ago. They were just kind of all one color, but now neon is making a comeback.
Well, there you have it. We're hearing it from the stylist here, Tigger.
Oh my gosh, the stylist. I'm just glad the Ropers are coming back. I really liked them. And denim on denim.
And we're going to call this show wrapped for this week, folks. Again, remember to keep sending us in any of your questions or the thoughts you might have on any of the topics we covered today. You can give us a call or text us at 305-900-2363. Again, 305-900-2363. Or you can always email bendradioshow@gmail.com. And if you missed part of this show or want to hear past episodes, you can find them all on our website, thebendshow.com. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app and to the Ben Show YouTube channel. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along. And whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up. And remember to keep up with me back all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Wanner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.